Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Karen Prince, and today I am going to be answering a question that a lot of people have when it comes to like boho styles and stuff like that. Call it whatever you want, a mermaid, a bora, a boho, a tree, a micro, whatever you want to call it. Human hair braids, okay? People want to know how to stop the excessive shedding. Now, you cannot stop shedding completely, but I'm going to give you some tips on how to, keep the shedding minimal as possible, okay? So if you want to see how I did that, then go ahead and stay tuned. Okay, so the very first tip and the most important tip to me is how the human hair pieces are installed. Now, there's many different techniques you can use to install the human hair pieces into the braid, but I'm going to share with you something that I've learned over time. This may not work for everyone, but it for sure works for me. All right, now I'm going to show you two ways. You can choose which one, but one of them I favor over the other, okay? I do not experience excessive shedding. I do not have human hair pieces just falling on the floor, okay? So I'm going to show you two ways, all right? So let's get into it. Okay, so we are going to use a doll head today, and I'm using some orange hair so that you can see better. So this is probably why your hair is shedding, right? So say you have your braid, and then you take the human hair piece and you add it in, but you only add in a little bit, and you just braid down one side of the human hair. Now, you can do this method, but in my opinion, if you want to do this method, you need to braid down at least 3 inches of the hair that's going to stay inside. So just for reference, this is what about 3 inches look like. I'll say 3 or more inches need to be braided into the braid. If you're going to braid in only one side of the braid, make sure you get a long enough piece inside of the braid and actually begin to braid. That way you have more security, okay? And of course, you're going to continue to braid all the way down. All of this is going to be inside of the braid, and that gives less a chance of excessive shedding, right? That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is the way I like to do it. It's extra work, but it's worth it. Either one of these methods should work, okay? But the way I like to do it is take the human hair. Again, you want to put in at least 3 inches. Braid both sides into the braid like this, and braid it down a good amount of way, and then pull out the long piece of human hair and continue to braid down. So it's like creating like a little hook, like it's hooked in there. It ain't going nowhere. It is stuck, and that is really going to help reduce shedding, okay? You can this is not all the way braided down, but eventually over time, I feel like if you only stick one end in, eventually over time, if you only braid in one end of the hair, I feel like it will eventually loosen up and shed more. But with this technique, I just feel like it's way more sturdy. So choose at your own risk, okay? But that is the most important thing to me. I will go with the second method. In my opinion, I will go with the second method. It's more work, but it's worth it, especially if you want to wear your braids for a longer period of time, and if you have a curlier boho style and you need to detangle often. I definitely recommend this way, okay? It's worth the work, okay? Period. Also prefer this way too, because the hair doesn't just poke out on the side. When you install it the second way, you get a flatter install as far as the hair laying closer to the braid. So that is another reason why I prefer this installation over this one. But do what works best for you. Okay, so tip 2 has to deal with how you're detangling your hair and kind of how you're manipulating your hair, right? So in my opinion, when you need to detangle, you only detangle when necessary. If you're wearing like more of a body wave style or a straight style, you may not have to detangle as often as you do with like a curlier style, depending on how you sleep at night, right? So if you have like really curly braids and you decide to like put a light twist in it and then put your scarf or bonnet on to go to sleep, of course you wouldn't then want to go ahead and just brush all that work out, right? So it all depends on you and how you treat your hair as far as how often you want to brush through your hair. When I installed these braids, I thought I would be brushing every 2 to 3 days. No, I don't. So I personally brush my hair when I feel like it was time to just, you know, detangle just a little bit. It's not that my hair was matted or anything like that, but you can't just like not detangle your hair. Even if with your natural hair, you can't just walking around like not combing your hair. So I say like I would probably brush through it more like every 4 to 5 days. I wasn't like brushing as often as I thought I would. Keep in mind that the more you brush through your hair, you can cause excessive shedding based off of how rough you're being. So if you're being too rough, you're gonna be causing breakage, and breakage is gonna look like your hair is shedding. So if you're just taking your brush and you just whacking all hard through your hair is gonna break and it's gonna look like your hair is shedding. So please be gentle with your hair, okay? Another tip I want to give you as far as when it comes to detangling, use a lightweight brush. Like the unbrush works good for me with the straight and body wave type hair. If you have like a curlier style, you can go with something more like a paddle brush. You can use a tangle teaser. Use what works best for you. Another thing I wanted to mention as far as detangling, use a detangling product if you need to. Wet it, use a detangling product and brush through lightly from ends to the top, okay? Work your way from the bottom and then move up. Please, I can't stress it enough. You have to be gentle with your hair. Think of it as you're treating your natural hair. It is connected to your natural hair on your scalp, so be gentle with it, okay? Section your hair off in as small as sections as you need to. Brush through it, wet it if you need to, use a detangling product if you need to. Do what works best for you. If you are interested in the longevity of your style, then you have to treat it with care, okay? Treat your hair like a pretty little princess, okay? Be nice to it and give yourself grace and don't rush, okay? You're gonna kind of be a little rough when you're rushing. It's just the nature of how, you know, that energy moves through, so just keep that in mind. Another thing about when you're detangling your hair, especially on the ends, I like to use glue on mine. Other people tie theirs. I don't find that my hair is shedding because I use glue, no. But when you are brushing through your sections, make sure you hold on tight, okay? Hold on tight to where the end of that human hair is connected to the connecting line hair or wherever you stop your braid. Hold on tight and brush through. As you move up the section, hold on tight and brush through, okay? Just take your time, and you want to hold on to the base of your braids as you're brushing them. Like I said, it's connected to your natural hair. Pay attention to the way that the hair is behaving. Are you noticing that you need to detangle it more often? Are you noticing that it's fine and you could just go on, put a little water and finger detangle? That's another thing. You can finger detangle. You don't always have to pick up a hair tool, okay? So just watch the hair, see how it's acting, and detangle when necessary. You don't have to be brushing through your hair every day. You're going to experience breakage and excessive shedding, okay? So be careful with that. Okay, so I guess I'll just give you like some final thoughts to wrap this video up. I know people are investing with this style. This is not a cheap style, so if either you're doing it yourself or if you're having someone else do it, ask what type of technique they use when they install the braids to help reduce shedding for yourself. Now, this is all my opinion, okay? There are probably other people who don't experience shedding whatever way they install it, so this is just my opinion. But just make sure when you're investing in something that you're getting what you want, okay? The majority of styles, the hair is going to shed, whether that's breakage, manipulation, or based off of how it was installed. it's going to naturally shed. It's not shedless, okay? So just keep that in mind. It's a natural way that the hair tends to age. After you wear it over time, you are going to lose some hair, but excessive shedding can be a problem. That's why I created this video, so I really hope that it helps someone. If it did, please let me know down in the comment section. If you have any tips to share with anyone, each one teach one, leave your tips, your whatever down in the comment section. Maybe your way can help somebody else. Maybe your way works better for someone else, okay? So here on this community, on my channel, we braid our own hair, okay? That's why I share these videos with you guys. So we are all here to help each other. So if you have a comment, or if you know something or a tip that can help your fellow sister down in the comment section, please go ahead and leave it, okay? Thank you guys for stopping by for my TED Talk, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.